What's up, guys? I'm back for another episode on the Jimny. Pretty excited for today because I will be pulling the rear diff out and welding out all the brackets, including the shock mounts that I made that are yet to be stuck on. So that's super exciting, and given the importance of the welds, I thought I'd service my MIG welder for the first time in the 3-4 years of owning it. So I've got myself a new liner. This is the excess from that liner. This is the old one. Thought I'd keep it. Pretty handy thing to have. I've also replaced the tip holder, the tip, and the shroud on the end. Give you a little look. Looks nice and fresh. Look at that, beautiful. Ready for some critical welds. So, I mean, first, I know where the shock mounts are going to sit now, so I don't need to tack them on under the car like I initially planned to. They are, yeah, so these are the shock mounts. I've shown you them before, but I'll be jacking up the back of the car in that, you know, arguably not ideal way, and pulling out the diff. Right, there we have it. Somewhat safely got it out from underneath. So let's go. So I'll flip this over, get my shock mounts, line them up, tack them on, and clean it up, clean off the surface rust that's developed, and yeah, stick it all together. Let's go. Whoa. Alright, so the diff is upside down, and this there's a 40mm between this face and that face, so that's roughly where they're going to sit. Need to confirm the angle, but I'm just going to clean up the metal there, this whole section, and now this side, it's right on the edge of this tab, and this tab is actually no longer going to be used because I won't be using this cable that joins the two hubs. So I'm going to cut this off, grind it back, prep this area, line it up, get the angle set, stick it on, baby. Bit of an audience going on here. George, wave, mate. Jesus, James, have some respect, mate. Anyway, so this shock mount's tucked on, and now I've notched this bracket further to account for the raise in the diff here. So it's sitting nice and level now. You can see that those two brackets are a different shape. So I'll line this puppy up and tuck it on. Well, so the shock mounts are tucked on, I believe, in the correct location. I chucked a level across the top, they were nice and flat, and spacing's all right, the angle's correct to my measurements according to this, so should be sweet, good to go.
Good on you, Jim.
Thanks, mate. Right, bit of a change of pace for today. So no longer working on the Jimny. Got Jimbo's alley draw system for his patrol.
How you going, mate?
Smooth, brother. So I just thought I'd get some footage of me doing some beads, some alley beads. Just got this face tacked up. Just got to tack this edge and then
There you go. A couple of scooters.
Yeah, it just gets you in the zone. Just loosey goosey. It's tea time, boys and girls. Oh, I went the wrong way with the pedal. I pushed the pedal the wrong way. I tried to back off and I slanted it. It's alright. You get that. Spicy, that one. Good morning and happy Saturday to you all. It's a good day today. I've got myself, went out, got a bottle of gas, ready to weld this diff, and I was just staring at it, you know, cleaning off some schmutz off, you know, the housing here, and I discovered this sticker. And I think I have unknowingly scored myself an LSD. SD. Oh yes, dude. Nice. Wow. How's that? I think that's a little hole. Oh no, yeah, it's a little scratch there. That is 100% an LSD. Or at least the housing has a sticker of an LSD on it. Whether or not the diff actually is maybe it's been swapped over the years. Whoa, that's pretty cool. That's absolutely awesome. This just got even better. Yeah, nice. For as long as I've had this car, it's had an incredibly open diff and it just picks up wheels and spins the inside. Hopefully not anymore. Yeah, nice. Anyway, so what's on today? I'm going to clean up all the surface rust that's formed with it sitting under here on the weather around the areas that I need to weld. Feather down any tacks and then weld it out. I've read online that, you know, if you're not going to strip your diff housing down, it's best to leave oil in it, so the oil is staying in. Yeah, let's go. All ready to weld out. All the joints have been wire wheeled or wire brushed. All of the tacks have been feathered down. Nobody can really see, but we are good to go. there you have it. Welding is done, the wheel's back on. Needed a bit better access to that mount over there. Woohoo! Here we have a Bundera diff with Jimny geometry on 80 series arms. Pretty happy with the welding. All pretty nice looking welds. Not too much spatter. I think I got the settings right. There's a few just in here. I just wanted to tie in just because of the way the welds were overlapping and stuff. I just did some extra small welds at the corners, and they're a bit fat, so I'll probably buzz them ever so slightly with a flappy. And smooth that, yeah, just buzz the little fat bits at the ends and clean up the spatter, clean up the weld residue, you know, wire brush it off, that sort of thing, and then hit it with some paint just so it doesn't rust any further. But bear in mind, I will be getting both the front and rear diff sandblasted and powder coated, and I'll rebuild them in due course. So it's not going to happen for a while, so I'm just going to hit it with some paint just so they don't rust. But yeah, stoked. Look at that, baby. Let's go. It's done. The welding's done, the fab work's done. That's unreal. Can't believe it, to be honest. It's wild. Alright, well, clean them up, hit them with some paint, check it back in. You'll know how to do that, so I won't bother showing you that. Alright guys, so I cleaned this up and hit it with some black paint. As I said, I'm going to have this professionally blasted and powder coated once I've confirmed that, you know, all the geometry is acceptable. In the meantime, you know, if I have to make any tweaks or changes, it's easy to do with this shitty paint job, but cool to see it looking a bit just more normal, like how it should look. Super cool, super exciting. So I would, as much as I want to cut the rest of those radius arm, the Jimny radius arm mounts off and weld out those brackets. It's a Saturday after all, and need a bit of a social life, so that's it for today. I'm actually going to, I've got the new tyres on the mower, and I've got these springs to help return it to center, so I'm just going to do a dodgy and stick a bolt there, hook that on, dodgy up something to hook that on, so this shifter's returning to center, and I'll probably load that up into the ute and go see some mates. So see you next time. Alright guys, so this is going to be the last little section of work I do to the Jimny for a little while. It is now November 2nd, which means should be working on that, but here we are. If you're from South Australia, you know the weather's absolutely horrendous right now, so wasn't able to get the diff under yesterday, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm going to get the diff underneath the Jimny so I can hopefully tuck it in this section of the yard out the way, so I can rearrange things, get the bus over here, move the trailer, all that stuff. So today, right now, I'm about to put this hardline, the brake hardline, back on the diff. Hopefully the clearances, hopefully things clear the brackets. We'll see about that. Might need some little tweaking. But yeah, so I'll put that hardline back on and then roll it under and move it out the way. I haven't finished welding these brackets or getting rid of them. I'm just going to wait on that. One thing I noticed is that these holes, both mounts, are not concentric. They're sort of tilted in a bit, so the chassis is obviously not flat across it, so I do need to tweak them, bring this edge down on both sides before welding them out, and I don't really feel like doing that now, so hopefully those 3 tacks hold it in place as I move it around. God, look at the sun. Yes. How's that, George? Bit of timber? Hey. Anyway, I'll get to it, put this hard line on and slap it underneath. There we go. Oh, I hadn't even looked. It's I didn't even notice that till just now. It's very lucky. Okay, bit of tweaking there. There we go. So it clears that, and it might hit the shop here. It might go between it, but we'll see. The bulk of it clears, which is good. So now I will slide it under. So here we are, the diff is under. That was a mission and a half. Pretty sick of rolling in the dirt. I'm just about to jack it up and get the jack stands out. I'll sit there. There you have it. The rear diff is under. Drive shaft isn't bolted up yet and the bottom shock bolts aren't in, but they're sitting in their little mount. Panhard's in. I had to take, you would have seen me struggling with this one, I had to take this sort of casting lip off the top because it was hitting that top plate on the panhard and wasn't lining up with this bolt. Last time I test fitted it when it was all tacked up, this bolt was tricky and I thought it was because the holes weren't concentric or something, but it's actually because I was compressing the bushing to get the bolt in. So that, yeah, just linished a mil or two off the top of that radius arm, this little rib there, and we're good. Brake line's clear, just. It's all sitting there. Let's go. So I'll put the shock bolts in and then get this trailer out the way, put the drive shaft bolts in, need to do that, put some nuts on the back this time and see if it moves. So I've been out, I've come back, got myself some bolts for the drive shaft because unfortunately in my little hardware store, I'll show you that, it's in the back of my trailer, that is not on draw sliders. It keeps going, but bolts, lots of bolts and other stuff. But yeah, I didn't have any suitable 10mm bolts. I do understand that these aren't ideal because I've got thread. I'll get some bolts with a shank on them, so the force isn't going through the threads because they'll wear out eventually. Probably won't do that for a long time. And I also got some diff oil. Right, and I was thinking in the car, I was like, you know, there's some benefits to this whole YouTube thing because it makes me make better decisions than I otherwise would had it not been for YouTube and I'd not been sharing this. So, I mean, one thing is I clean up the shed a lot more often. But yeah, another thing is this sort of stuff. I was just gonna leave the oil that's in it inside, you know, in the diff to move it around because it's only going there. But, you know, I just thought I'd go that extra mile. As I probably should. But yeah, so I'll chuck these bolts in, chuck the oil in, and then get the trailer out of here and move the Jimny. I'll probably jack it up and spin the wheels first. I'll show you that, I'm sure. But just quickly bolt through the shock mounts. Everything worked out. Everything worked. I cannot wait to see this thing move. Let's go. Oh my god, yet another like absolutely incredible strike of luck. Alright. So this inner diameter circle, whatever. Sorry, I should start with this. This ring, this lip here, that locates the flange right in the middle and helps alleviate the stress on the bolts. And miraculously, there's no movement. Like, they're the perfect size. Wild. I thought I'd have to machine something or like put a ring in there as someone else suggested, but nah, we're all good. That's fucking, oh, that's wild. So wild. Anyway, I'll stick the bolts in and yeah, just want to show you that before I put the bolts in. Oh, I can't wait to not roll in the dirt. Yeah. Alright, it appears my luck ran out with the brake lines. So this comes off the Bundy diff. This is the Jimny diff, old one. And that screws into a female fitting that's on the Bundy diff. And now, because the Jimny diff has a male fitting, obviously there's a female fitting on the end of the line that comes down from the Jimny. So I'm gonna shoot off and get me a male to male adapter so that it can screw into the diff on the Bundy and then screw into the Jimny line. So I'm gonna go off to my favorite place, Outlaw Speed Shop. I'm sure they'll be able to help me out. All right, so trip to Outlaw Speed Shop, and a couple fittings later, we've got ourselves a male to male adapter. So I'll go slap this under there, pump up the tires, jack it up, see if they spin and don't knock, and then yeah, as said, get the trailer out and shuffle this puppy around. I'm about to tuck it in that corner, other sided. I guess I'll give you a bit of a walk around, not that there's heaps to see, it's all underneath. But let's go. I've never been so excited to drive at such a short distance. Oh man, I'm wrapped. Alright, let's do this. Hopefully we don't make any funny noises. Fucking bad happens. did.
Oh, jeez, Jim, you're a bloody idiot. Nice. That's the muffler. Took it out to get a bit more space. All right, let's try this again. Hey?
Let's go. Oh man, that was good. All right, so I'm gonna say goodbye to the Jimny for at least a month while I work on this. Boy, I am so stoked, so happy. I cannot believe it's driving with that. Unreal. Cannot wait to get the front done. Well, thanks for watching this far. Hope you've enjoyed it. Tune in for the bus build. That's going to be pretty gnarly. But yeah, say goodbye to the Jimny for a few months. All right, see you later.